Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be taking a look at the 12 new cruiser motorcycles for 2026. Number 12, Honda Rebel 300. The Honda Rebel 300 enters 2026 with a clean, sharp style that keeps it easy to handle for riders who want a simple cruiser that does not drain the wallet. Honda has kept the frame light and low, so riders of all heights can sit down, plant their feet, and feel in control right away. The controls stay smooth, the seat height stays friendly, and the overall shape keeps the bike steady at low speeds. The engine remains a single cylinder that focuses on clean response and low fuel use. It is not built for huge power, but it gives enough pull for everyday roads, short highway runs, and steady commuting. Honda keeps the motor tuned for smooth starts, light vibration, and predictable delivery, which makes long rides less tiring. A key reason it stands out in 2026 is the price. While many cruisers are now touching heavy price tags, the Rebel 300 stays accessible at around $5,000. In terms of comfort, the low seat, soft suspension, and relaxed foot position help riders stay comfortable in slow traffic or on open roads. If you want a cruiser for 2026 that is easy to ride, budget-friendly, and built with clear purpose, the Honda Rebel 300 is one of the safest picks in the class. Number 11, Royal Enfield Bullet 650. The Royal Enfield Bullet 650 for 2026 keeps the classic look that has defined this line for decades, but it now comes with updates that make it smoother and more friendly for daily use. The body keeps its old-school metal stance, but the fit and finish feel tighter. The chrome parts look cleaner, the tank gets a fresh paint scheme, and the seat design has been refined to stay comfortable for long stretches. The engine is the 650 Twin, known for its steady pull and calm manners. It does not try to rush or shock the rider, which is exactly why so many people enjoy it. The power arrives in a straight and predictable way, so riders can sit back and enjoy the torque without fighting the bike. One of the biggest strengths is that it keeps an attractive price. While many mid-size cruisers in the USA now sit deep into the high thousands, the Bullet 650 holds around $7,000 or slightly above depending on trim. The ride comfort is straightforward. The seat is wide, the suspension stays soft enough to handle rough pavement, and the weight is balanced so the bike does not feel heavy during slow turns. If you want a cruiser in 2026 that mixes old-school charm with modern smoothness at a fair dollar amount, the Royal Enfield Bullet 650 stands out clearly. Number 10, Indian Sport Scout. The Indian Sport Scout for 2026 lands with a sharp and clean stance that feels right for riders in the USA who want a mid-size cruiser with real punch but without a steep price jump. The tank shape, side panels, and lighting all look tighter this year, and the riding area feels more sorted with a better seat shape and clearer digital readout. Under the tank sits a V-twin that delivers steady force from low revs. It pulls strong without needing much effort, which makes city riding simple and highway riding smooth. For 2026, Indian has worked on small but helpful upgrades that improve the ride. The suspension has been adjusted for better control over rough pavement, and the steering feels lighter at lower speeds. The price stays fair for a mid-size American cruiser, landing around $16,000 depending on color and options. In a market where many cruisers climb into higher dollar zones, this keeps the Sport Scout in reach for riders who want strong performance and classic feel without stretching their budget too far. If you want a cruiser for 2026 with strong power, solid comfort, and a price that makes sense for American riders, the Indian Sport Scout is a dependable pick. Number 9, Kawasaki Vulcan S. The Kawasaki Vulcan S for 2026 keeps its clean, low stance and stays one of the easiest midsize cruisers to ride in the USA. The shape is still sporty, but the new model comes with sharper LED lighting, a fresh color set, and small updates in the seat and controls that make it feel more polished. The low seat height and narrow midsection help riders of many heights feel settled right away. The engine is a parallel twin tuned for smooth pickup and steady pull. It gives enough force for highway use without feeling heavy at low speeds. Riders like it because it reacts fast in traffic and stays calm on long stretches. The delivery is clean, the vibration is low, and the gearing makes daily riding simple. Kawasaki has worked on the suspension feel for 2026, giving it a softer first touch that helps with rough pavement. The steering stays light, making the Vulcan S easy to guide in slow turns or tight parking lots. One of the biggest draws is the price. While many midsize cruisers have jumped into higher cost ranges, the Vulcan S remains attainable at around $8,000. Comfort remains a highlight with a relaxed seat angle, smooth power feel, and a riding stance that does not strain the back or shoulders. If you want a smart, friendly cruiser in 2026 with real value behind the dollar, the Kawasaki Vulcan S continues to be one of the safest choices. Number 8. Royal Enfield Meteor 350. The Royal Enfield Meteor 350 rolls into 2026 with mild updates that keep it smooth, simple, and friendly for riders across the USA who want something calm and low cost. The frame keeps its round tank and relaxed stance, but the new paint options and tighter panel fit make it look neater than before. The LED headlamp now throws a clearer beam, and the seat padding has been improved so longer rides feel easier on the lower back. The engine is a 350 single that focuses on steady response rather than force. It is built for calm cruising, light fuel use, and predictable pickup. You do not need to wrestle with the throttle, and the bike reacts in a smooth, controlled line. This makes it good for new riders or anyone who wants a steady machine for everyday roads. Ride comfort stays one of its strongest points. The low seat, upright bars, and soft suspension help smooth out bumps, which is helpful on broken pavement common in many parts of the USA. The price remains a major reason the Meteor 350 sells steadily. While many starter cruisers have drifted upward, this one stays close to $5,000. For a metal body cruiser with low running cost, cheap parts, and long service life, that dollar range feels fair and reachable. Insurance also tends to be low because of the engine's size. If you want a quiet, relaxed cruiser in 2026 that does its job without fuss and keeps both upfront and long-term costs down, the Royal Enfield Meteor 350 fits that role with ease. Number 7. Honda Shadow Phantom. The Honda Shadow Phantom enters 2026 with a clean, dark style that gives it a strong cruiser presence without pushing the price too high for riders in the USA. The bodywork sits low and wide, the matte finishes look sharp, and the new LED setup brings better night visibility. Honda has tightened the seat shape and improved the handlebar feel so the riding area feels more settled. The engine is a V-twin built for calm low-end force and steady road manners. It is not the kind of motor that tries to rush ahead. Instead, it gives a gentle pull that works well for city roads, open highways, and relaxed weekend rides. The power band moves in a straight line, the vibration is mild, and the cooling stays steady even on long summer rides. Honda has also worked on tightening the suspension feel, giving the Shadow Phantom better control over uneven roads. The weight stays balanced, so slow turns feel natural and the bike does not fight the rider in parking lots. The brakes have a smooth initial bite that keeps things controlled in mixed traffic. The price sits in the mid-level zone at around $8,000. For a full-size V-twin cruiser with long-term reliability, that dollar amount gives solid value. Comfort is a highlight. The seat is low and wide, the foot controls sit in a natural reach, and the bars keep the rider in a relaxed stance for long hours. If you want a classic-looking cruiser for 2026 that stays reliable, smooth, and fair in cost, the Honda Shadow Phantom remains a clear pick. Number 6. Kawasaki Z900 RS. The Kawasaki Z900 RS for 2026 arrives with light styling updates that keep its retro look sharp while adding a cleaner finish for riders in the USA. The tank lines stay classic, the side panels look tighter, and the new LED setup gives a brighter, clearer view at night. Kawasaki has refined the seat shape and handlebar angle so the riding area feels more natural for long hours. It keeps the old-school charm but feels more settled and polished for everyday use. The engine is an inline-4 that focuses on smooth delivery and steady strength. It gives quick response when needed, but it does not feel jumpy or rough in traffic. The motor stays calm at low speeds and opens up cleanly on the highway. Riders like it because it brings strong pull without becoming tiring. Vibration stays low, the throttle feel is light, and the gearing now feels a bit cleaner for 2026, which helps on both short and long rides. Ride comfort is one of the reasons the Z900 RS remains popular. The suspension has been tuned for a softer first touch that handles rough pavement better than before. The price for the 2026 model lands around $12,000, keeping it within reach for riders who want a retro-style machine with modern build quality. If you want a retro-inspired machine with smooth power, strong comfort, and a fair dollar range for its class, the Kawasaki Z900 RS stays a strong pick for 2026. Number 5. BMW R18 Octane. The BMW R18 Octane steps into 2026 with a bold stance and a cleaner finish that targets riders in the USA who want a heavyweight cruiser with strong road feel and a classic shape. The new model brings sharper LED lighting, tighter paint quality, and a revised seat that holds the rider more firmly during long stretches. The engine is the big boxer twin that BMW is known for, tuned to send out a deep, steady wave of torque from very low revs. It does not need high speeds to feel alive. Even at slow city pace, the motor gives a strong pull that makes the bike easy to guide. Ride comfort has seen real attention for 2026. The suspension has been softened at the first touch, making it kinder over rough pavement, which is important on a heavy cruiser like this. The price for the R18 Octane sits in the premium zone at around $20,000. Riders who want a big metal cruiser with a strong road feel will see the value in that number, especially considering BMW build quality and long-term support. If you want a heavy cruiser in 2026 with real road presence, smooth force, and long-distance comfort, the BMW R18 Octane is a strong pick. Number 4. Honda Rebel 1100. The Honda Rebel 1100 moves into 2026 with small updates that make it smoother and more settled for riders across the USA. The styling keeps its low, stripped look, but the new LED setup, better paint finish, and a slightly reshaped seat give it a more refined feel. Honda has also worked on the handlebar angle and switchgear, so the riding area feels cleaner and easier to use. The engine is a twin that delivers a deep, steady push from the moment you roll the throttle. It reacts fast but stays controlled, which helps in traffic and on the open highway. The motor pulls with confidence even at low revs and settles into a calm rhythm on longer rides. Ride comfort is one of the clear strengths. The suspension has been tuned for a softer initial touch, helping it handle cracked pavement and uneven roads across many parts of the USA. The price lands around $12,000, which places it in a middle range for cruisers with this level of power and build quality. Running costs stay moderate thanks to Honda parts availability and long service intervals. If you want a cruiser in 2026 with strong power, steady comfort, and a price that stays reasonable for its size, the Honda Rebel 1100 fits the role well. Number 3. Royal Enfield Hunter 350. The Royal Enfield Hunter 350 rolls into 2026 with light refinements that make it more polished for daily use across the USA. The body stays compact and simple, with tighter paint quality, a brighter LED headlamp, and cleaner switchgear. The seat shape has been improved so riders feel more grounded, and the riding triangle now feels more natural for long hours. It keeps its easy, urban-friendly style but feels better sorted than before. The engine is a 350 single made for calm, steady use. It is not built for high force. Instead, it delivers smooth pickup that works well in city traffic and on slow suburban roads. The power delivery stays predictable, the vibration has been reduced a bit for 2026, and the gearing feels cleaner when shifting into higher speeds. Ride comfort has improved thanks to small tweaks in the suspension. The first touch is softer, which helps when dealing with cracks, joints, and rough patches common in many American streets. One of the biggest draws remains the price. The Hunter 350 stays close to $4,000, which makes it one of the most reachable cruisers for riders who want a clean and simple machine without spending heavy dollars. The comfort level is clear once you sit down. The upright bars, neutral foot placement, and soft seat make long rides easy. If you want an affordable, light, and easy-to-handle cruiser for 2026 that keeps things simple and wallet-friendly, the Royal Enfield Hunter 350 is a strong pick. Number 2. Harley-Davidson Breakout. The The Harley-Davidson Breakout enters 2026 with a sharper stance and cleaner detailing that make it stand out on American roads. The long tank, the stretched frame, and the low profile keep that classic power cruiser shape, but the paint finish, LED setup, and redesigned seat give it a more refined feel. The wide rear tire still defines its style, but the new updates help the bike feel smoother and more settled for daily use. The engine delivers deep torque right from the start, giving the Breakout its known character. You get a strong pull at low revs, a steady surge on the highway, and a smooth response when rolling through traffic. The ride comfort has seen small but helpful changes. The suspension has been softened slightly at the first touch so cracks and rough pavement do not hit as hard. The weight sits low in the frame, helping the bike stay stable during slow turns despite its long shape. The brakes have been refined to give a smoother bite, helping keep control in mixed traffic. The price sits in the premium zone at around $21,000. Riders paying that number get strong build quality, long-term parts support, and the feel of a true American power cruiser. Comfort holds strong with a low-seat stretched riding stance and a seat that supports long hours without quick fatigue. The Breakout feels steady at speed and gives a road feel that many riders look for in a large cruiser. If you want a bold, long and powerful cruiser for 2026 with a strong American identity and a smooth ride, the Harley-Davidson Breakout remains a solid pick. Number 1. Triumph Bonneville T120. The Triumph Bonneville T120 moves into 2026 with a cleaner finish and light styling updates that keep it classic while making it feel more refined for riders across the USA. The tank shape, side panels, and fenders keep their familiar lines, but the paint quality, LED lighting, and revised seat padding make the bike feel more polished. Triumph has also improved the handlebar feel and switchgear so the riding area feels smoother and easier to manage on long days. The engine is a twin that focuses on smooth pull and steady road manners. It gives a calm response at low speeds and strong drive on the highway without feeling rough or jumpy. The vibration has been reduced for 2026, making the ride more relaxed. Ride comfort is one of the strongest traits of the T120. The suspension has been tuned for a softer first touch, helping it handle cracks and rough pavement common across American roads. The weight stays balanced and low, so the bike feels steady during slow moves and smooth in wider turns. The price sits around $13,000, placing it in a middle zone for premium retro motorcycles. That dollar amount feels fair considering the build quality, the finish, and the long-term support Triumph provides. If you want a classic-looking machine in 2026 with smooth power, calm handling, and strong value behind the dollar, the Triumph Bonneville T120 is a dependable pick. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.